Politics and Postcolonial Theory. African Inflections is a significant contribution to the discourse on postcolonial theory, specifically focusing on the African situation. It grapples with real-life changes in the post-colonial African landscape, including transformations in nation-states that persist to this day. The author, Ahluwalia, uses the term inflections to explore how African societies have engaged with modernity, influenced by interactions with Europe and the wider world. The book begins by acknowledging conceptual constraints and debates surrounding the use of postcolonial theory. Ahluwalia argues that the new discourse on globalization offers hope for revitalizing the concept. He distinguishes post-colonial theory from other post-phenomena, highlighting its unique characteristics. Notably, it should not be limited to an after-independence perspective, but rather encompass European incursions into Africa since the 15th century. Additionally, post-colonial theory is diverse, and Africa should not be perceived in a binary opposition to the First World. However, there are questions raised about the best approach to understanding post-colonial discourse in Africa. Should an insider's perspective or an outsider's viewpoint be preferred? The experiences of colonialism were varied across different geographical locations. Yet there were common aspects. African struggles go beyond simple binary opposition to the West, and the challenges of neo-colonialism and post-colonial inertia are significant. There is a need for authentic African philosophical reflections on the post-colonial experiences to enrich the discourse. The book acknowledges the complex nature of post-colonial theory, but it also raises questions about its genesis in Western conceptual models and the necessity of an authentically African perspective. African philosophic reflections on the lived experiences of post-colonialism are crucial to enrich the discourse and offer deeper insights into the complexities of African struggles. The first chapter of the book delves into the Negritude movement and its impact on issues of identity. While acknowledging its problems, the author recognizes negritude as the first attempt by Africans to resist colonization. However, it also locked Africans into racial essentialism and contributed to a sense of inferiority. Nonetheless, negritude laid the foundation for a self-conscious African identity, and the book explores the emerging new identity and its potential impact on the future. Chapter 2 focuses on the process of decolonization and intra-national liberation struggles. The author observes that decolonization was a complex journey, with different experiences in each country. Despite gaining political independence, colonial structures persisted in various forms. The book highlights the lingering vestiges of colonization in the African psyche, impacting the continent's post-colonial experience. The challenge lies in forging a fuller and more integrated liberation, particularly as globalization trends reshape the African post-colonial experience. Chapter 3 examines the relationship between nationalism, colonial resistance, and post-colonial theory. The author argues that post-colonial theory has not adequately understood the post-colonial state, which faces serious challenges. The African state struggles to maintain law and order, legitimacy, and effective governance. Factors like international financial institutions and grassroots NGOs play a role in shaping the state's dynamics. The book highlights the power structures inherited from colonialism and African traditions that have influenced the development of the African state. Striving for Democratization in Chapter 4 emphasizes the role of civil society and human rights in environments characterized by authoritarian rule. The need for a vibrant civil society to foster democracy is underscored, while addressing the region's poor human rights record within the global context. Chapter 5 examines citizenship, subjectivity, and modernity, recognizing that the processes of modernization have produced diverse effects on African people. The book critiques the simplistic subject-citizen dichotomy and acknowledges the multifaceted identities shaped by everyday life experiences. The final chapter explores globalization and post-colonialism, reflecting on Africa's history of economic forces leading to modernity. However, the continent has not fully benefited from globalization. The book discusses the potential of globalization as a liberating perspective for Africa. The afterword highlights the gains of post-colonial theory and how external forces shape Africa's image. It also emphasizes the need for Africans to take responsibility for their situation, despite external challenges. According to Ahluwalia, Western analytical models have proven inadequate in fully understanding the complexities of the African situation. To rectify this, he proposes the adoption of post-colonial inflections, an approach that examines how Africans have navigated the institutions and practices inherited from their pre-colonial and colonial past. These institutions have undergone a process of hybridization and have acquired distinct meanings associated with specific contexts and locations.